Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, or QNT. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask you guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate that. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. I'm not going to address Bitcoin or anything like that. I'm going to be saving that for a video for later, but I will say this, when we are talking about Quant, it is sitting still at number 66 at a market cap of under $1.4 billion, still in this higher low area. Now, of course, I'm concerned with a lot of things happening tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about that more so in detail. But, when we are talking about the 3-month span, we'd seen us hit these massive lows. These were major demand zones going down to about $88.50. And when we are talking about the current levels that we're at now, we did hit a little bit of a higher low, sitting at about $95.60. Again, followed by 104, followed by 100 and like roughly 8, and now we're sitting at about $114 exact. With this in mind, we're hitting higher lows. We're still in a little bit of an upward trend, but we still want a lot more volume in. Volume has been a key, crucial thing for a lot of altcoins currently, and it is a concern, especially in terms of the current market structure. So I will say this. I'm still very bullish on all of these altcoins on the macro view. On the micro view, I do believe that we will see another major buying opportunity for a lot of altcoins. Don't know how low exactly we will go. I'm expecting on Bitcoin to like 35 to 36K, which is roughly around like $2,000 to $3,000 from here. So we really got to address that. I'm going to be talking about that later on with my really market in-depth detail video. So first off, I want to talk to you guys today about a major issue that I see within this community. First off, I see a lot of people, and I've been seeing a lot of people, even comment and like tweet things at me saying this as well. They want to know what QNT does as a token for the Overledger network. And I've always addressed this, I've talked to you guys about it, but the best and the easiest way that I could really kind of describe QNT as a token is it's basically what Ethereum is to the Ethereum network. I said this in my video from yesterday, and I just want you guys to understand that Ethereum has a ton of clients. They have a ton of companies. They have, major players that are already utilizing the Ethereum network. But compared to the clients that are utilizing Overledger network already, and also believing, the idea that, at some point in time, QNT, or I should say Quant, will bridge the gap between DLTs and the legacy systems, which I believe that they will. I mean, they already have, their foot in the door already with that. But you got to understand the major players that will be behind this network. I said the difference is the volume and the value of the clients that will utilize the network. Trillions are coming. Only a few understand this. And it's also the idea that QNT as a token is worth under $1.4 billion in market valuation. And when you compare it to just some of the clients, for an example, like Oracle, right? Their total assets are $131.10 billion. Okay, this is a massive company. We've talked about it. But this is also a company that believes in the vision behind Quant. The possibilities are endless, which is what makes the technology so exciting. It's coming from Oracle. We are seeing cross-DLT asset ownership, dual DLT logging, complex business process orchestrations, cross-DLT CBDC implementation. The possibilities are endless, which is what makes the technology so exciting. And this is coming from a massive company that is worth billions and billions and billions in dollars. And it's also the idea that this is just one of many companies that are already utilizing Overledger. Now, like I said, when I talk to you guys about this network, you got to understand the main view behind Quant. They're not focused on just small use cases. They want to bridge the gap, like I said, between the digital world and the legacy system that, we are utilizing right now. All of this is huge, okay? And you got to really understand the true value behind this. And that's why we see people like this. QNT, that's the tweet. Patiently watching all their moves from behind the scenes. Be aware of that. If you hold it, you're invested in the giant of the crypto space. Case closed. Do your own research. And this is what I've been trying to explain to you. Quant as a company, but also Overledger as a network, and QNT as a token, all are showing you the true vision here. Okay? You got to understand what is being built. This is, at the end of the day, the major connection that will be needed. This is why I made a video yesterday saying, QNT is a $40,000 puzzle piece. And people were still saying the market cap would be astronomical. The market cap at QNT's $40,000 price valuation would be the same market cap as Ethereum at its all-time high. Yeah, it's definitely an astronomical market cap. It's not even a $1 trillion market cap. And when we're talking about, QNT hitting a $1 trillion market cap valuation, we will get there. I honestly believe that QNT will, or I shouldn't say will, but is the next Bitcoin. I've always addressed this in the idea on, how massive of a network not only Overledger is, but also how massive of a company Quant will become. We also see here the Bank of England is hiring a full stack developers for central bank digital currency project. Again, we are seeing a lot of innovation happening within the CBDC area, and we do know, with England, QNT, or I should say Quant, as a company, has a massive foot in the door already with the Digital Pound Foundation. They've been in talks with many players around the world as well. We know LAC Nets, or I should say LAC Chain. The possibilities are truly endless for this technology. And you really got to understand that this is all talking about digitization of money, digitization of the financial market that we are currently, in. The system that everything is running on, the infrastructure, is extremely outdated. That is why we are seeing a lot of talks around adopting crypto technology. The issue is that these major players, these major banks, governments, whatever the case may be, do not want to have this issue on, relaunching major systems, rebuilding from scratch. That's why interoperability is such a key aspect, because it allows for a plug-and-play aspect between the legacy systems and the digital systems. I've always, tried to portray the idea of DLTs not being adopted in fully without interoperability, because it is such a key necessity for these major players to actually utilize this technology. This is also why Ripple has been so successful in what they've been trying to focus on, because with RippleNet, it's such an easy plug-and-play aspect for these companies, and they do not have to learn anything. They don't need to, wait, months for things to be interconnected. It's a very fast process. That's why even with Quant, having that 3 line of code to launch is so big, because you could be interconnected with the Overledger network in seconds without, learning any sort of complex coding, language, or anything like that. It's incredible. And we do see here, to understand QNT, you have to first understand the level they are operating on. And again, this is what I've been trying to portray to you all as well. These are major players that are behind this. Decentralization and the European regulatory framework, how to find the balance in a dynamic environment. Here's the Bank of Italy, London Stock Exchange Group, Quant Network, European Central Bank, Bank of Lithuania as well. Like, these are major players. I mean, this is insane. And here you have Gilbert Verdian sitting next to all of these major players. Okay, and then of course here's that. It's like a meeting that was going on. I believe that this is actually going to happen soon. I want to say that it already happened, but I don't know. I forgot the date specifically for this, but I just talked to you guys about this yesterday. This is the Bank of Canada, Visa, MIT, Financial Times, and of course, there you have it, Gilbert Verdian, yet again, founder and CEO of Quant, being a speaker alongside of all these major names. I mean, you got to understand the major connections here. And this goes back to 2020 as well. Good to be back at the Boston Fed, where we've had many secure payments task force meetings. Great discussion today on our work, digital assets and CBDCs. Here's a recent paper from the Fed highlighting their thinking. Watch this space. And you got to understand, like, these major meetings that are taking place, like, they are understanding the technology. Gilbert Verdian has had a vision for Quant for such a long time. He's also had a vision for the future financial system for a very long time. And at the end of the day, like, I still see people saying, well, what about Chainlink? What about, Atom or Cosmos, right? This is my response to that. Reminder, when you see anything interoperability from any layer 1 or crypto-focused solution, could be useful, but will always stay small stuff interoperability compared to QNT Overledger. The 3+ chains at once means unique parallel execution, max efficiency, and minimal risk. And here you guys have that, this is that 3+ chain, solution. This is huge, okay? But it's also the idea that when you are looking at interoperability, right? Like we do see here, all the crypto projects claiming they fixed interoperability are limited. First question I ask if they can connect to legacy systems, DVP, then permission DLTs, core to Hyperledger. Then I ask if they can connect 3+ chains in one transaction, truly multi-chain. All fail except for QNT. It's also the idea that a lot of the projects that get thrown at me, like for an example, like Cosmos, they're not focused on interoperability with legacy systems. They're only focused on interoperability between blockchain technologies. That is not, at all the solution that Quant is solving. They're solving the connection between DLTs and just crypto technology in general with the legacy system. And I've always said it's not only like that, they're not only focused on that solution, in general. They're also focused on healthcare solutions, interoperability between military grade solutions as well. Like they are focused on so many markets. They're not just going after, the legacy systems and banks with CBDCs. They're focused on so much more. This is why I believe that Quant as a network is so massive with Overledger, but also QNT as a token, when we're looking at it at about a almost $4 billion valuation, is so incredibly undervalued. You also have to realize that we're not in a utility-driven market yet. We're still in a Bitcoin-driven market. Until that day comes where we are in a utility-driven market, we're not going to see the true value behind a lot of these tokens. But I will say this: the day QNT's real focus or real true, value is unlocked, that's when you really want to be focused up, because that's when you're going to realize that, okay, I made an incredible opportunity, holding QNT, or maybe, you're saying I missed out on that incredible opportunity to get into QNT, because things move extremely fast. All right. Nobody thought that Bitcoin was going to hit a $1 trillion market cap. Nobody thought Bitcoin was going to go over $1,000. I remember when Bitcoin was, it was like around the beginning of 2017 when we first really started to, see the true value behind Bitcoin. Okay, and when I say, the true value behind Bitcoin, it was when we first hit $1,000. It was like around this point here. Okay, and it hit $1,000, in the beginning of 2017 as well. But this is when a lot of people were saying, all right, well, the top's in, we're going to crash, whatever. It continued to do an incredible move during that time, and the bull run led us to almost $20,000. Nobody thought this was possible. Nobody thought this was possible at all. The thing is that you need to understand that, we're still very early in this market. As much as these banks and these financial institutions want to say, mass adoptions here, it's not. Okay, it's not even mainstream yet at all. We are still very, very well in an infancy market. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.